Was Mao Zedong really a super-strongman? On the contrary, Mao was a person with profound inner insecurity. His style of rule, his logic in selecting and using people, and the rhythm of his political campaigns all reveal a deep sense of insecurity. This insecurity came from several sources. First, from the power structure itself. What Mao controlled was not an institutionalized, predictable, self-operating system of power. It was a structure that relied heavily on personal will, personal prestige, and personal decisions. In such a system, once personal authority is weakened, diverted, or proceduralized, power inevitably becomes decentralized. Mao was extremely fearful of this decentralization of power. Second, from the fragility of revolutionary legitimacy. Mao's authority did not stem from stable legal authorization, but from a revolutionary narrative. The fatal weakness of revolutionary legitimacy is that it must rely on continuous revolution. Like riding a bicycle, the moment you slow down, you fall. Once society returns to everyday order, to technocratic governance, to rule-based negotiation and interest balancing, revolutionary heroes are historicized, marginalized, and eventually forgotten. Mao was acutely sensitive to this and deeply terrified by it. Third, from an instinctive hostility toward institutional rationality. Institutionalized governance implies discussion, checks and balances, compromise, and professional division of labor, all of which dilute the absoluteness of personal will. Mao intensely disliked institutional rationality. He preferred mobilization, emotion, loyalty, and declarations of political stance. Therefore, Mao had to constantly find enemies. Whether those enemies were real did not matter. What mattered was that enemies served as fuel for power, justification for mobilization, and a source of legitimacy for purges. Without enemies, power would cool down. This also explains a seemingly bizarre phenomenon: the higher Mao climbed to the peak of power, the more frequently he launched political campaigns. From this perspective, Mao's insecurity was not merely a personality flaw, it stemmed from his excessive attachment to power. In his eyes, power was more important than life itself. According to the recollections of his personal physician, Li Jisui, Mao was often careless about his own health, an illustrative example. When a person must continuously tear society apart to prove his own irreplaceability, any sense of security can only come from ongoing struggle, not from stable institutions. Mao's theory of continuing the revolution during the Cultural Revolution is the clearest proof of this. This is the key to understanding the logic behind Mao's political movements. He could not tolerate a world that did not need him. In this sense, he was indeed psychologically abnormal. Follow me as I decode China. Next episode: why was Mao never able to trust those closest to him?